All right. Wasn't too much last time. We entered a cathedral. Was a directive upon many of our deities to arrive here. Some of us sooner than others, myself being first, and then shortly after was the two short ones. Then followed the Metal Man, I think, and then afterwards as well, the uh, the fox and the angel lady. We met together, had a couple of words, shared some things, and before we knew it, we ended up in front of a lady. I think her name was Alyssa. She brought us to Salnea, the high priestess, and that high priestess had given us a directive based on a mission given more appropriately to us by Morin. He told us that apparently some enchanted tomes had gotten loose, and before we knew it, things got out of hand. Very out of hand. Things were moving. I mean, they hit pretty hard. Never been hit by a bookshelf before, but first time for everything, I suppose. We managed to handle that with, well, I would say minimal damage. If one of those tables are suddenly a half table, and a couple singe marks on things, as per Binky's contraptions. Um, Afterwards, we were put in the sort of trade for information. Morin had asked if we wanted to know anything, and anything we were able to learn within reason. And I think that was everything.
Indeed, it was. You can take your um, inspiration.
I was waiting for Storm to be like, I lied. It was for propaganda's sake.
It lied. It make death saves.
So true.
Okay. Who would like to be first with the information that you'd ask Morin?
Me.
Okay. Shatha, you would approach Morin after some bit of time thinking on it. Yes. Shatha, what are you requesting?
I suppose I was wondering if you had anything about foraging.
Gordon, we have a few books on those. Nothing that we really compiled too much here. Um, I'll see to it what we have that could be of interest to you. Um,
Armor making if you have anything specific like that. But I'm sure I can learn something.
have you worked with materials other than steel before? Perhaps more of the uncommon kind that exist throughout the world?
Like, like, give it like iffy hand, like, a few times.
Perhaps this will be of interest to you then. Give me a moment. I will send the other brothers of the archive to fetch it for you.
Much appreciated.
Eventually, a few minutes pass, and one of the archivists bring Morin a book. Dark leather bound, heavy clasp, kind of hands it over towards you. This is a book about, well, crafting with some of the more, perhaps, commonly found minerals and metals that you could be used for armor smithing.
He'll do a slight bow in appreciation.
You're free to take the book overnight and just return it in the morning.
Of course.
I expect, well, as long as it is returned, that is all that I ask.
Nothing will come to harm for it.
He nods. And with that, I'm going to, let me see. I will go. I will give you information about armor smithing with certain types of metals and stuff.
Yippee!
Okay. Who is next?
I can go next.
You approach Morin on his own time, on your own time. Yes. What is it that you are requesting?
I don't suppose you have any readily available information for, say, the local fae, hags. Suppose an archive might not exactly have what I'm looking for, but
There is not really much information about local fae, I would suppose, in this immediate area.
what, what about omens?
Omens. There's plenty. There's large indexes full.
What about, I don't know, anything more esoteric, specific?
Um, you're going to have to be more specific than that. There is a lot of information about various omens in the past, all having counts
Pertaining,
of.
pertaining to souls.
Souls.
Any interaction or interplay. It's a
I
study of mine.
think it varies between omen to omen. There have been those more attuned to the manner of magic or aspects of their own capabilities that are having to do with souls. Those that perhaps have tried to seek immortality and have thus gained certain methods of doing so. There is, for example, at the just north of here at Gletharia, the Mages College, the founder has attained a method of their own immortality after being once an omen of gluttony.
He nods along. Um, you're gonna have to give me a moment. What I want in specific is very difficult to articulate.
Hmm.
I guess I'm wondering if there was anything documented about the removal, say, of omens, or the transference, or any research in that direction.
Unfortunately, all research that has come up about transferring omens have come up with simply that they cannot be transferred upon mortal means, or even, from what I've gathered, um, even the divine find difficulty manipulating it as such.
He deflates slightly um, before he will say, all right, at least if you have anything on hags, their travel, their activity. I'm decently well read on them, but there's still plenty much that I don't really know.
Well, as for your question earlier about the hags in the area, there was an instance about some time ago. A curse was placed upon the town of Stuttergate by a fae of some kind. Not that much information has been revealed about it, but that curse has lingered and has become ingrained in that town ever since. Um,
Any
as for
particular
it,
effects of the curse?
the curse upon the town is that doorways within Stuttergate tend to lead towards unexpected locations. You may be walking through the doorway of the tavern and end up at the doorway of the apothecary.
Hmm. Something more spatial, then. All right.
Indeed.
This
As for information of hags, they tend to lean towards keeping to a desired location and rarely choose to move unless they feel that they no longer need to be in that specific location. But
what if they were
generally, they take. Hmm.
what if they were forced out? Like hurt. Really hurt badly and they got knocked back to their original plane. That type of stuff.
Then perhaps they would seek revenge. They would often seek to return to that location, gather everything that perhaps that they had lost, um, salvage what was left, and should the threat still exist within the area, oust it. There's the potential of them moving from that location, but um, that often requires them to feel like they should move on.
Alright. Well, you said that. What was the name of that town again?
Stuttergate.
Just gonna put that down. Alright, I think. I guess. And I suppose for my last question, is there any books of research or anything regarding anti-divination?
Anti-divination.
I guess I would fall into abjuration. I'm not too magic savvy.
I can lend you a book on anti-divination. Just bring it back before you leave.
You can count on me. Yeah.
He nods. And we'll hand you a book on anti-divination, and I will give you the info when I can.
Okay. Any other information gatherers? Sorry.
I guess this leaves us, Cat.
Does it? Is there no one else? I thought.
No, the other two don't have anything, so it's just you two.
Oh, okay.
I guess we walk in at some point once we're established. We've had a little nap. I'm a little injured.
Um,
Oh yeah, can we long rest now?
no,
Oh,
not yet.
No.
Hold your horses, Judah.
My horses are being held.
What is it that the both of you are requesting?
Before adding him to the mind link, I will say to her exclusively, do you want to go first or shall I?
I can go first. Maybe it'll be easier for him to actually speak.
All right, well, you wake me up when you're done. And I will put my head gently on the like outside of your bag, like still obviously paying attention, but like mostly not.
Alright, I have a couple requests. Let's start with something easy then. I was curious about the legendary hero chest, and maybe about the history of the cathedral. Figured we could use some more information about that.
Cast. The one who created the order and the started the building and creation of the grand cathedral named after herself. To give you a bit of context, she was the first to bear the power, the omen of chastity. Much like the other members of her party, the heavenly virtues. When it came down to opposing Kaisen Wars, who were currently revolutionizing the war between the two empires. Chast was much like yourself. She was gifted, I believe, with divine blood, and was Nasma.
Oh, interesting.
Her brother, Matthias, to which the archives were named of, was also not quite himself an Asama. He took to the books rather than Chast's exploration of religion and wandering the continent. She was brought up to understand religion as something that many others relied on for hope in a time of heavy bloodshed. This was the peak of the war. Many battles were happening, and under the leadership of the Kaisen Wars, the Orobani weren't exactly winning. She saw, and her family saw the people's faith was not quite educated enough about the pantheons. Many during the time only prayed to one god and did not really understand how praying to another and dividing their faith could benefit them if their faith was split. So the concept of polytheism was still very new.
How long ago was this?
Over 1,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
During the second cataclysm.
Apricity's ears twitch and she's paying attention now. Her eyes open. She hasn't quite lifted up her head, and not that interesting, but like interesting enough.
Her parents tried their best to aid the innocent, but they had fallen in a war zone by Chimerian hands trying to help those who were suffering. It resulted in both Chast and her brother being orphaned as teenagers, taken in by a clergy of Amaya that were close to their parents. Matthias had buried himself in the books, and to him, knowledge was the thing that led to their parents' death, or at least a lack of knowledge. If he could understand the world and the gods better, perhaps he believed that his parents would not have died in that instance. Or at least he could have done something to prevent their deaths. Chast had decided to leave the clergy and go on her own pilgrimage, much to her brother's dismay. And she, for a time, decided to spread her knowledge about religion and aid others throughout the world. Eventually, she had come across a recently ascended Lifehaler. And from there, her journey to meeting the rest of the heavenly virtues and defeating the Kaisen Wars was started. She wasn't previously known as Chas. Her name was Clarissa, but she decided to renounce her own name as a form of relinquishment, severance of everything personal to her, to devote herself to religion and aiding others. She had developed a few artifacts of her own, the cathedral itself being an omen artifact of power, a staff, and a book.
Do you know where they are?
Well, he chuckles a little. The cathedral is right here.
Well, yeah,
Um,
obviously.
Um, and unfortunately, um, the book has been lost to us. Um, she had, after creating the cathedral, after some time, she had left once again on a pilgrimage, and eventually her whereabouts were left unknown. We're not entirely sure where the book is. The staff remains buried within the cathedral grounds.
Mm-hmm. Curious.
Eventually,
Sorry,
yep.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I just said curious.
You said you had a few other questions.
I was wondering if you had anything about maybe some lesser known gods.
Such as?
Um, you know, Sorin and Valeru, perhaps.
Ah, the twins. There is not much here about them, but I do have one that could be particular interest to you. And he'll ask one of the other archivists to fetch a book, and eventually they return. And he hands you a kind of it's a leather-bound book, and it's kind of half white and half black in color.
Fitting.
Indeed. On the front of the book and the spine it reads, "The Sorrowful Tale of the Divine Twins."
Thank you. I'm sure this will come in handy.
Indeed. Be sure to bring it back before you leave.
Of course. Do you have
Was there
anything
anything
about?
else?
Yeah, we got one more request. Anything about maybe like some intermediate or advanced cosmology or astronomy?
Yes, we have a few books on those as well.
I'd like to have a look if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. I will arrange that for you.
And my little star here also has a request for you.
Ah, the little fox.
She'll smile. Well, not really smile, but she'll like chitter, like baring her teeth, and connect, like add him to the mind link, basically. I have two questions, actually.
Hmm.
Any relevant information you have on my god, and any relevant information you have on an island that I'd like to know about.
I take it that your display of cold magic, I would assume Yukatsune and your form.
I'm a snow magic wielding fox. I can't imagine it's a stretch.
Hmm. And what was the island?
Prominence Island.
Right. Very well. And he will ask the archivist to bring back the 2 books. For the book about Permanence Island, it is kind of torn in some places and it's been preserved as best as it can be. It reads An Apocalypse Tale, The Fox and the Dragon. As for the information in that book, it talks about how Permanence Island was once a place that Yukatsune had blessed with her frost magic, covering the island in an aura of colder climate since Marvelon was more tropical. After some time, the Dragon of Apocalypse, Death Morrow, learned of its existence and wanted to harness the deity's magic. When it appeared, Yukatsune went to protect it, encasing the inhabitants the best she could with preserving frost. There's no information throughout the book given to the thawing of the inhabitants. As for the sorrowful tale of the divine twins, it speaks of them being twin gods, being children from a long-dead primeval god. They uphold the values of opposing forces, good/evil, light and dark, law and chaos, and are the reason why the powers of the virtues existed after the sins. They are unable to bear enough power due to the inability to reach the masses due to their aspects being too broad.
Interesting.
And as for the information about Yukatsune, she would learn everything that's in the
So nothing she didn't already know is
the
what you're
religion doc,
telling me.
and then I will add more stuff.
Okay. Tragic.
Indeed.
And then she'll
Alright.
she'll cut him off the mind link, and as they're walking back, Apricity will say to Thea, "If I wanted to read things I've already known, I would have you scribe for me."
Why didn't you say that to him directly?
There'll be more stuff in there, but it generally runs through the basics.
Did you say that in character, Con?
Yeah.
Well, he seemed lonely and want for conversation. I did not wish to add insult to injury.
What's the point of throwing shade if no one's there to catch it?
Oh, there will be plenty of more opportunities for that. Have you seen our companions?
Yeah.
Would you all kind of wait around for each other and then head back to the Grand Cathedral? Or would others head back to the cathedral first?
Angel would wait.
A lot of it would just be like, hey, I request this book, and he'll just tell someone to fetch it for you.
I'm in a purse currently, so whatever the carrier of the purse wants to do, you know.
The Grand Cathedral where we're sleeping, or is there an inn we're heading to?
There would be an inn that you would head to. It's basically on the entrance to the cathedral. That's where the inn is. So like on the outskirts.
I guess, were we there while everyone else was getting their information?
If you wanted to be.
Okay, can I say that I took that time to kind of read more into the Everlasting Martyr book I have?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And does the book give any inclination as to how the saint kept coming back?
It goes into a detail that perhaps that it was an omen. That the saint could have possessed. That was a theory. It's more theories and less actual
Facts.
facts, because they never revealed if they were an omen. There was never any obvious visual aesthetic that gave away that they were an omen. Or even if there was, it could have been something that they assumed was from other magical means and such. Because it's very difficult to tell if someone even is an omen. It could have just been divine magic. It could have been a curse. A lot of theories.
So it's mostly assumptions?
Yeah.
Makes a face and then goes to like the end of the book where it's like, you said it like, what does it do?
It shifts.
Shifts.
Yeah, the script
there's-
kind of morphs and changes.
If there's any remaining time, can she try to find a way to, I guess figure out what's causing it to do it first? What's causing it to shift and morph?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Looking at the book, and you're trying to look it over, you feel like you need a little bit more to kind of figure out the words. Like, you can see some of the more common words that aren't shifting before they get shifted away, but like, it's not enough to give you information. You suspect that perhaps there is a powerful spell cast on the latter section of the book that is obscuring that information.
Okay. Obscuring. So I get the sense I'd have to do more looking into it.
Yeah, or find a way to dispel whatever is affecting it.
Okay. Wait, I have Identify. Can I cast that?
Yes. It
Oh.
doesn't. You go to cast Identify over the book, and it just gives you information of the book. It doesn't reveal
The writing.
the writing.
Not so much what the writing is. I'm trying to identify the spell.
The
that's on the
spell.
page.
The spell is masked. So Identify seems to not detect that there is a spell on it.
Okay. Does that mean that there isn't a spell on it?
You detect there is. I need a check. Basically, it has Nice Stall's magic aura on it, which is masking the spell that is like you detect that it's got a masking spell to hide whatever is affecting it, but
But
you
I can't-
don't know what. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't detect what kind of masking spell it is.
Yeah.
Okay. More research. Got it. I'll say as like that's kind of discovered, she just flops down on her back on her bed with the book on her face and just lays there.
Difficult read. There, Binky.
It's really, yeah, there's something that's being hidden on the back pages that I'm trying to figure out, but there's a powerful masking spell that, well, Identify isn't really helping me with deciphering what it is, so I'll have to do a little bit more searching just to get. Dispel whatever this is.
I
Because
wonder.
obviously, if they're covering what it is, it must be something important or really interesting.
You know, I wonder maybe, and this here is just a random theory from my old age, but it's possible you need something to read it. Like some sort of magic eyepiece.
So like an eyepiece that would cause the words to stop shifting?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'll have to think about. You know what? I'm gonna make a note of that, and she writes it down. You know, you really should become my assistant.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all have our specialties, and mine's more in the, charismatic approaches.
That is very true. Well, for now, let's see if I can get something out of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, no worries. I'm gonna go check on Princess.
Oh, yes. Make sure she's alright.
Yeah, as well as the others.
So you all return together and back to the cathedral, I assume.
Yeah, I assume. That's where we're going back to the cathedral to get the mission thing, right? Is what the I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what we're going back to the cathedral for. Yeah, definitely then.
Well, you have to go through the cathedral because the archives. You have to go through the cathedral to get to the archives in the first place. Okay. So you'll make your way back, crossing the bridge back across to the Grand Cathedral. On the way, as you enter the building and heading towards High Priestess Salnea, you see that her and Alyssa are currently in kind of a heated argument. What do you guys do?
Well, Tim would, or Dinky would saddle up to listen in better.
Yeah, what are they arguing about?
Well, who?
Salnea and Alyssa.
Oh. Question, is it more of like a spat, or is Salnea laying into Alyssa more than the other way around? Because last time I checked, they were not equals.
Alyssa is more kind of upset, and Salnea is having like a strict, like, calm approach to the conversation. If you want to, like, if you want to eavesdrop, you'll have to roll me a stealth and a perception.
Well, first, Heath, you said you were gonna kind of eavesdrop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Angel will probably also do so, as to not ruin his plans.
Will also eavesdrop?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
I
Well,
walk right in.
That's the funniest eavesdrop I've ever seen. They got the 7-foot tall lanky man and the tiny little elderly halfling just wandering in.
So Binky just walks into their conversation.
Yeah, she doesn't say anything. She just stands there and kind of watches what they're arguing about.
Okay.
In other words,
Shethar will
eavesdropping
also
but
follow her
intrusively.
at a distance.
Angel will quickly adapt and walk along with the rest of them.
So will Dinky as he just rolls his eyes at Pinky.
Angel
They'll
will
just
look
give
down
like
and-
a confused look back when he sees them stopping and continue.
Please know you guys can always try to stop her from doing things.
I mean,
Uh,
in that case, I knew I could have, but the only thing that came to mind probably wasn't conducive. So it was like, eh.
Grandpa Dinky knows better.
you catch a part of the conversation in common for a moment, coming from Alyssa. Why won't you just let me explore the world? And you're not ready. I'm perfectly ready to... She looks over towards where Binky and the rest of the party are approaching, switches to Celestial. I'm perfectly ready to go out. Like, all the other sisters are doing it. Why can I not? You're impulsive and you're undisciplined. She, like, considers it for a moment and pauses. I was gonna cuss you out, but I decided against it. I'm just gonna walk off.
That's the way to show them. No impulse. You got impulse control.
Do you speak
That was all.
Celestial?
That's
no,
still
I guess that's
Celestial.
true. Fair.
She'll look towards the rest of the group, then looks towards Thea. Her eyes wide.
Apricity will mind link with Alyssa and say, I don't think impulsive is a bad thing at all.
I don't either.
She said it in the mind link.
Oh, damn it.
Roll me persuasion.
I'm not a
She-
charismatic fox.
She just looks at Thea, then looks down at Apricity in the bag. Her eyes widen even more, and then she her face grows red, and she kind of walk. Sorry, I'm gonna go now.
I wonder what that was about.
Impulsivity doesn't matter when you have a great sense of style.
Do you say that in common or do you say that in celestial?
She'll say it in common.
Oh, that's yeah. Well, I mean, that's true. Style matters. Look at me. He's just kind of like gussies up his robes.
If Apricity could sigh in the mind link, she would. like a long, drawn out, exaggerated sigh.
Angel chuckles to himself.
And not,
Thea, you
it's
can-
important to note that Apricity has never made a sound out loud that comes from her mouth. Like, so just a thing to note.
Bro's too lazy to speak.
All bite and no bark.
Mute by choice. Mouth move too hard.
God, I wish that were me.
Okay.
Thea, can you roll me a persuasion check as well?
Sure.
I hope you're better at it than I am. Oh, my.
I hope you're not.
Far better.
No, I think that's only a little better. I think
Sure, you have
I loosened it up for her.
You would see that her shoulders kind of ease a little, and she is a little less tense as she walks away from your words.
If she sees Thea, will wink, but not say anything else.
She doesn't turn around.
No, okay. GG.
a great way to settle differences in an argument is to just hug it out. Who wants a hug?
Holds out her arms to between the two of them.
Between
Prisity puts her head in the bag. Like,
who is she offering the hug between?
The two that were arguing.
One has
Alyssa's
walked away,
already
I
walked
think.
off.
Yeah.
They're the only other one there.
Salnea looks down towards you and just kind of. Anyways,
That's okay. That's okay, Bicky. I'll give you a hug. Come here. Give.
Thank you. Gives a tight squeeze.
Sorry that you had to hear part of that. She
what
saw
was
the
all
lot
that
of
about?
you. She saw the lot of you and had thoughts of Wanderlust.
Impressed by our sheer presence of magnetism, I see.
Wanda is a sexy little thing. It's hard not to feel lustful about it. Suppose it's not too welcome in a church of Chast, though.
Generally not.
Well, she should go right on and do it then.
That deep chuckling
Just
breath
do
is
it.
a lot.
As much as I would like for her to begin her pilgrimage, I believe that she's only going to get herself killed.
And you'll only stagnate her growth if you keep her here.
She means a lot to you, doesn't she?
She's been very promising, yes.
That didn't quite answer my question.
I mean, how old do they usually start when they go on this pilgrimage?
Sorry, how
How
long?
How old?
Oh, how old?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on their experience. After about 3 years is generally when they're ready to explore the world and help others in need. She's only been here for about a year. She then turns to Shatha. Look, I appreciate that you might have her own best interests in mind, but I've seen many lost their lives thinking that they can help others before they believe they are ready. I don't wish the same for her.
Well, I get it. Children can be difficult.
But she's not a child.
I mean, you're all kids to me. Well, except maybe you. I actually have no idea how old you are, Mel Man, but...
I add. Which one are you? Are you Dinky?
Yeah.
I
Name of
add
the
Dinky.
country.
I add Dinky to the mind link and say, "How certain of that are you, old man?"
I'm not including the fox, obviously. That's just weird.
I fought alongside you. I deserve an inclusion, do I not?
Now, I'm just referring to the fact that it'd be weird if I had a fox for a kid.
Salnea seems to be...
I'm a child
Salne-
of somebody. Sorry, go
Salnea
ahead.
seems to be looking towards you with an arched eyebrow. Dinky.
Kind of looks over, gives her the wink.
I disconnect him from the mind link and connect Salnea. Sorry, I was just speaking to him. He is like talking to a wooden door, I fear.
You are free to assume that others might not be able to perceive your wonderful good looks in your age, sir.
Pardon?
Never mind.
We were here for something, weren't we?
Yes.
Right. We did the thing you asked us to do, more or less.
Correct. You have another task, more of a proper assignment now. The first was just to make sure you weren't running into something that could get yourselves killed, and you are capable.
Yeah, the books.
Hmm.
I've heard of hitting the books, but never heard of them hitting back.
Well, unfortunately,
tables.
they tend to do that from time to time, which is why we try to prevent it as best we can. So, there is a incident about 6 days from here at the Deep Heart Lake Manor. There have been a group of cultists that have been leveling the environment there for some sort of means. It is assumed that it is for some sort of dark god. We are unsure of the method of how they are doing this, but it has left the forest terrain and part of the manor destroyed, leveled to the ground as a result. In place, extremely crude golems have been formed, which seem to be under their control. They haven't killed anyone yet, but they have injured some people, and have threatened others who would come near the area. Few scouts of who were patrolling the area of the nearby town and city, and others who are perhaps foraging and hunting for game have reported these incidents.
And this forest is where?
About 6 days southwest-ish of the cathedral. Do you have a map on you? If not,
Oh yeah, right here! Diggy just goes into that giant backpack of his and pulls out one of the 8 maps.
Alright, yeah, there you go. So, the LM is where you guys are at the cathedral, and the R is where the incident is. And it's about 6 days.
And
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, actually, I guess I can just ask in character. So, let me get this straight. You said cultists. This forest, is it inhabited by any people or?
The manor itself was once occupied a long time ago by...
There's a manor in the forest.
Yes, it was a recluse, a getaway of some sorts where people could revel in the love of one another and have secret rendezvous.
Oh, it's a make-out peak sort of scenario.
Yes, that was originally what it was a long time ago.
Oh, have you ever gone there?
Was...
Have you ever gone there?
No, why would I ever go there?
Well, the obvious would strike ya.
Almost as
That is
obvious
not-
as the church she heads.
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of people do things before they find what they want to do with their lives.
No judgment here.
None at all.
Well, in my time, that manor has been occupied by vampires. They have long since been slain, and it was left unoccupied for a time. It seems cultists have taken to the ruins as a result.
So when you say cultists, though, just to be clear, what are we looking at here? You know, sort of like mind-washing people to make jam, or like sacrificing blood orgy baby sort of thing?
Neither. They seem to have fetishes of some sort of dark god. No one has reported what they were able to quite see. They tend to be chased off, or don't want to get too close to those golems of theirs. They seem to be doing some sort of ritual, I suppose.
Now, any idea what these people are, the cultists are made up of? And I mean like orcs, or humans, or elves, or that kind of thing.
Various humanoids. Generally humans of different ethnicities, and a few scatterings of other races.
Do we know who their leaders are?
No.
Okay.
Currently, we do not have any information about leaders. At least not of the whole. We've seen those that might direct the small groups, but they've been other individuals each time.
But
one has been Go ahead.
As far as information is concerned, though, they seem to be holed up inside of this manor, probably.
Correct.
Yeah, is there any kind of uniforms they wear?
They seem to be dressed up in a more loose set of garments, as if they were stripping down what they were wearing to more of a base tribal, more like breaking down of their garments, of what they were originally wearing.
So, kind of like furs? Or like they just run around in like undies?
Not quite furs, just imagine if perhaps what you might have been wearing before, and just stripping it down so that it looks less tidy. For example, the dress that Thea might be wearing, ripping it down so that it's less regal and more bare necessities.
Think he's
Not
just
quite furs.
Think he's just gonna turn to Thea and go, sounds like a fashion disaster to me.
Sounds like they're streaking.
I have a question. So I know that you mentioned that these golems are hurting people, but has the cult itself actually hurt anyone?
They have injured people and chased others away. They haven't exactly killed anyone yet.
So they've entered this forest, have turned it into something of a sort of a base, have been generally unfriendly to anyone who might just pass through.
Indeed.
And they've been committing crimes against fashion.
The worst crimes of all!
Honestly, they don't sound irredeemable. We could probably talk them out of it.
I actually kind of thinking the same thing. We probably should, see what's going on before we do anything too crazy.
Sounds like degenerate stuff, but what do I know? Alright.
Was there any other questions that you all had?
Are we gonna have to walk all the way over there?
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm riding in style.
You can't.
We do have a ride.
Wait a second. Thea, are you even using your feet right now? This is a Judah question.
No, she's not.
Angel will just look at her behind this mask, mind you. He tilts his head. His teeth are just wide in a bit of a smile. Is that going to be a problem for you?
Apricity's head looks up and gives him like a warning glare, like don't say a fucking thing.
It's the
Oh.
forest. Think of all the ugly bugs that are gonna be in there.
I think some weird sex pests are probably a bit worse.
I mean, kind of depends on the bug and the sex pest, honestly.
I will have disconnected the girly, leaving only me and Thea in the mind link, and I will say something like, well, I suppose the bugs will be attracted to others in our company. You needn't worry, I'd imagine.
Wait, sorry, is this to who?
This is
Okay.
this mind link, so we can't hear nothing.
Okay. Pause.
If you will like say out loud, but you said it's 6 days away. We're gonna have to sleep in the woods.
How did you get here?
What do you mean?
Well,
Teleported between the cities.
I will add him to the mind link. How did you get here if you haven't teleported between the cities?
Hey, it's called riding in style. We got a nice ass moving us around.
The Earth's not gonna
Disconnected.
hurt you.
For the record, he's just answering these things out loud and not doing
Yes, he is answering these out loud.
Angel will chuckle to himself.
Oh, are you talking about Princess?
Yeah, royal ass.
She's beautiful.
I would like to second what I said about the bugs not being attracted to you. They will have a much bigger predators or prey.
Sleeping outside ain't too bad once you get used to it. Try it sometime, sure. I'll make it more palatable for you.
If you stay near the fire, the bugs don't go there.
You have to throw things in the fire, but you're right.
I can make a fire easily.
No.
Honestly, I kind of hope there's a lot of bugs.
Persidy's eyes widen at the prospect of being near a fire.
Just watch the snow fox melt.
I would advise not to burn the remnants of the forest down.
I don't plan on it.
Benki says nothing.
I know it's sort of
whistles.
I know I have a sort of dead animal in my face, but I actually quite care about nature. It's not gonna happen. Worry not.
I can control my fires easily.
I don't purposely burn things.
Well,
I'd
yeah.
rather you not accidentally burn things down.
Well, don't ask the impossible.
Right? Accidents happen.
Should you need a horse, then we have stables near the inn. If you require a horse, you're free to purchase one.
It's only 50 gold.
Yep.
Don't worry, we got ride. Anyways, I guess, are we supposed to leave in the morning for this?
If you want to wake up well rested, you could leave now if you wish.
We
But-
can get going now.
Well, what time of day is it? Like, I'm assuming it's like late in the evening, if not night, considering all between the
I'm
combat, the
connecting-
research, and everything else.
I'm going to connect. Okay, let me do some math here. Binky, Angel, Shathur to the mind link. And I'm going to say, I would prefer not to travel now. I am spent on energy and very injured.
The voice is back.
Yes,
Angel-
child. The voice is me.
Looks around.
You see the white fox staring at you.
Continues looking around.
Binky, it's the fox!
You talk?
Define talk.
what's the word? Telepath.
Yes, very good. This is a telepathic mindling.
What was the question? I was just so amazed by you.
I am quite impressive. She like raises her head.
You are! Gives a little excited clap.
And modest.
Regardless,
Modesty
you aren't the
isn't-
one walking. You can sleep.
Walk or not. If you should run into any danger, I will be less than useless, and I will not risk being useless when she may be put in danger for it.
I mean, we could all use a good
She like
night's sleep.
gestures to. She gestures to the holder of the purse.
My girly. Like with the sparkles as well.
It seems like to be the official title, the holder of the purse.
It's a Gucci bag.
A rest doesn't actually sound all that bad, because I gotta tinker some new things.
Those bombs don't replace themselves. I mean, I'm fine. Fit as a fiddle.
Angel will reply with the mind blink to what you had said, and will say, I believe the splinters in my ass probably agree with you. I would prefer taking a night.
The what?
She looks at you, expressionless. And if she'd been baring her teeth or chuckling or chittering before, it like immediately stops. She blinks twice.
What?
And just looks to Thea.
She just shrugs like, I don't know either.
He's talking about the wood table that kicked his ass.
No, it was specifically the bookcase. Also, you were just talking about needing to sleep, right? I was agreeing with you.
You are a curious one, mortal.
And I don't think you're curious enough if you just jumped to that conclusion.
If there was nothing else you wanted to
I
ask.
have one more question.
Of course you do.
We were told we need to return these books before we leave, but if we'll be back here, can we just take them with us for now?
Make me a persuasion check.
We're gonna have enough time to read all
She
these
don't
before
gav.
tomorrow.
True, she don't, Gav.
Very well. As long as you bring them back in the same condition that
Of course.
they were lended to you. And keep in mind those books are tracked should you choose to take any.
Pardon?
When they were lended to you, I assume by Morin, he would have placed a spell when he lended them to you, or at least when the other archivists would have. Just make sure that you bring them back.
Well, yeah, of course. We'll bring them back.
Just letting you know.
Don't worry, we all understand it's not good to steal.
From what she said, it seems like your books are fine. That the ones.
Yeah,
that
I was about
you
to say
did take-
it's like
Yeah.
it's something
didn't
like
request.
we didn't request. We took those after the destruction. They didn't have time to put the tracker in. That
She
that
forgot
again.
that they belong to this place.
Even if they
It's a
were
different building.
even if they were tracking them, Dinky wouldn't probably have the book for long.
I didn't steal any books from the cathedral. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nope.
This is right of
I always
conquest.
had
These,
these.
these books tried to kill me. I have the right to take them.
All right. Well, if that is everything, I have matters to attend to.
Okay.
Shithir sighs. Fine, we depart at dawn.
Well, I mean, you want to walk ahead of us, you can, but some of us need sleep.
What time is it?
Mid-afternoon.
Really? That early? What then did we
You
get
guys
here?
came. You got here in. Well, either you had rested in the inn prior and then arrived in the morning, but it was fairly early in the morning that you had gotten and it was only just the talking.
I mean, I would imagine the meeting, just by all the research that was being done, I assume took time, but fair.
A lot of the research was just fetching the books.
Okay.
That you'd just go up to talk to him, and then he'd get someone to fetch the book for you, and then he'd go ask someone else so that he could send multiple at once.
Okay, fair enough. Well, in any case, I'm hungry. Let's go get some dinner.
Ooh, sounds yummy.
Mm-hmm. Get some, Sorry, go ahead.
I am sorry, Shithor. I did not mean to delay your ambitions.
I'll live.
Do you?
Better not killing all of you before on our second mission, I suppose.
Yes.
I mean, it's 6 days anyways. What's half a day?
I think you would be a little tired too, considering I saw you almost be engulfed by one of those bookshelves.
I'll live. Repairs will take me, what, a couple hours?
Pinky, put down the wrench.
Tucks it away.
No, he's right. It's really important to take care of your body, especially one like yours.
Press his hand to your leg.
He will shake her off and take very nervous steps to the side.
Bad touch, bad touch! I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Oh, Binky, was it? There was one thing I wanted to mention to you.
Yeah.
Since you and the old man appear to be close, I can only connect 3 other people at a time. So when I have you like this and can hear your thoughts and you can hear mine, you will have to speak for me to your grandfather. And I ask that should he be the one here instead, you do the same. Or he do the same.
Speak to who?
Your grandfather, dear.
What? Oh, yeah. Right,
He's
yeah.
not my dad.
My resources are limited. I can only speak to so many at a time.
Oh, no worries. I can echo anything you tell me word for word. No ad-libs whatsoever.
I highly doubt that, but we'll see what happens.
Binky's the world's worst game of telephone.
I quite want to test this. Will you apologize to your grandfather for my delaying our trip?
Oh, yeah, of course.
It looks to you.
So the fox told me to tell you that. What'd you say again?
Send him my apologies for my injuries delaying our trip.
She apologizes for delaying a trip. What trip?
I think the fox is talking about leaving for the cults, Binky.
Oh, yes. She's sorry for that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was on board of sleeping.
Yeah, why did you need me to apologize? Looks to her.
Claire has zoned out and is admiring the architecture of the
I just simply wanted to see what would happen. You said no ad-libbing whatsoever, and I wanted to see how accurate you could be in a vacuum.
I was pretty accurate, wasn't I?
You did great, little one.
She looks quite happy. looks at Dinky.
I got praised.
Ah, that explains a lot. Well, anyways, let's go get a drink.
Okay. Y'all make your way back across the bridge, past the guards of the 6 gods, to the kind of like the outer limits of the cathedral. It is there where some of you once, having been there, if you had waited, or at least would make your way back to the Chaste Makes Haste Inn. It is a rustic, welcoming inn nestled just outside the sacred lands of the Grand Cathedral. Built from the blessed oak wood from the surrounding forests, and adorned with a little bit of golden filigree, and radiates a slight soft glow under the light of the sun, both welcoming and warm. The sign hanging above depicts the symbol of the cathedral order, front and center over a mug. Stained glass windows depict celestial beings, casting colorful patterns across the wooden floors. And you all are stood outside the entrance of the inn currently.
Nice place.
Binky, as you rush in and enter, the air is filled with the scent of sacred incense and freshly baked honeyed bread. Various individuals are scattered throughout the tavern area, with a few catching your eye. You see a few kind of pilgrims scattered about, a noble and his bodyguard at the front of the counter, a few other priests around. There is a kobold in kind of a blue cloak, a silver kobold. She is currently sat at one of the tables with a woman with silver hair and in a ponytail, in a red short dress, in wearing leather gloves and leather boots. Beside, on the other side, and I will show her art and her art.
Interesting.
At the bar counter, there is an older gentleman, kind of matted, messy, sandy brown hair with graying highlights. Shells are scattered and stuck to his beard, and he wears baggy rags and is currently barefoot. Behind the counter, there is a female human woman. She has short blonde hair, wearing a tight black one piece with white sleeves that kind of extend into a cloak. Her right hand is mechanical in nature and seems to be decently made. And there is jewelry around her neck that is a symbol of Lila. And in one of the booths to the left side, there is a plate-armored gentleman. He has long blonde hair, currently wearing steel plate armor. His helmet is kind of on the bench seat next to him, and he wears blue colors. And I will change the music.
Oh man,
Alright.
it smells delicious in here.
I'll
Yeah.
like disconnect most people from the mind link at this point, except for my girly.
Yippee!
Suppose we should grab a table. Oh, it looks like they do barbecue here.
Oh.
I wonder if it's like the what do they call it? Korean style, right? Where you get little plates, you barbecue it yourself.
Must we sit with our new friends?
I don't see why not.
I don't see why.
Angel makes a beeline for the bar.
We'll be traveling with them. Might as well get to know them.
You can go make friends. I will find a warm lap to be praised on.
Angel, as you make your way towards the bar, the bartender there kind of looks over towards you. Welcome. My name is Grace Tilley. I'm the innkeeper here. What can I get you?
Angel will just take a seat, and at hearing her introduction, I suppose he would let out a cursory arm in her hand for a handshake, and it's just pleasure, Angel Boudreaux.
Nice to meet you. As you talk to her, the older gentleman who is
Talk to
sitting on the other side
Sorry.
leave.
Right, banned. Banned. Deletes your character sheet.
No.
As you're talking, the older gentleman kind of shuffles alongside you, Angel, and he like leans in real close, kind of invading your personal space, and he does a big oh.
I didn't hear
Interesting.
the first part before the O. Did he just sniff me?
He sniffed you.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
go.
Angel immediately. Let's see. Is that a gourd on his at his hip?
Yeah.
Angel will just while he does that, he'll just take a quick cursory grasp at it to see if it's removable, and if so, he'll try to remove it.
He lets you. It is. Here, let me help you.
Letting me is one thing. I would like to take it, preferably without him noticing.
Oh, without him noticing?
Sleight of
Roll me a
hand.
sleight of hand check.
Okay. That's fine, I'll do well. 17.
Hey there, buddy. Hey. What you doing?
Ah, I thought we were exchanging pleasantries.
Oh, here. Let me get you. And he kind of takes it off of his shoulder. Here, have a taste. Have a taste.
The liquor.
Yeah.
That's all he needed to hear. He will knock it back, but he'll sniff it first.
It is pure, concentrated, like, absinthe.
Excellent. Go.
How much do you drink?
Is it full?
It's half full.
Yeah, let's empty it.
Okay, roll me a constitution save.
Okay. 21.
Okay, you're fine. It's a strong kick, and it kind of tastes. It has this kind of salty taste to it. This entire man just smells of the sea. But you're able to stand your ground and not be hit too hard from the absinthe. You'll definitely start feeling the effects real soon.
Got it.
Keep you tipsy immediately.
Angel will just nod. Nod with it. It's just, thank you, Mister. Now,
I have plenty.
might I ask what
But-
you're getting so close to look at me or whatever?
Oh, you just smell like the sea!
I think I smell like a lot of things. The sea is definitely not one of them.
No, but I could smell mind. Don't care about all the other things. The sea is what I smell on you the most. Do you have pest kind of on you at the moment?
Pasta?
Yeah.
I guess he technically never got him away, but I think it was kind of that moment where his eyes, or the eye holes rather, will flicker for a moment, and he sort of nods. It's like, I was just playing with you. Yeah, I suppose you took notice to my, and he kind of raises his arm and moves it about.
Yes. I was curious. You a seafaring man yourself? You don't quite look the part.
No. You know what Genasi are?
Vaguely.
Ah, well, I'm one of them.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Dad was a genie. You can figure out the rest.
Right, so you're one of the water ones, I see. That makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly don't look the part. But I don't know. What do I know? I know a lot of
Vaguely enough-
things.
Vaguely enough to know exactly what water Genasi look like, huh?
Oh, I have a thing. Would you like to hear the sea shanties of my crew?
He's eccentric, but I'm not missing anything on me, am I?
What do you mean?
Did
Like,
it get
I don't know
robbed?
if he's tried
Oh.
to rob me or some shit.
Oh, make me a perception check.
Okay. 20.
You don't seem to be losing anything. You haven't lost anything. From what you can
Oh,
tell.
okay. Angel will nod. Is just go ahead.
So he takes one of the little shells on his beard and unties it. And he puts it to his own ear first. And he seems to be in like this lull state where he's just kind of enjoying. Ah, yes. From the sea to the crown. Ah, I remember this song. Here, have a listen. And he'll hold it up towards your ear. You hear nothing.
I hear nothing. Angel will just say, no. To the sea, as you said. It's a nice song. Those woodwinds. And he'll just hum something that he remembers, something that he thinks would be a nice sea shanty that would go along with what this old man is insisting.
No, that's the wrong song. That's not the song.
Sorry. Water in my ears makes it harder to hear. You know how it is.
I've not heard that one before. You've got many sea shanties? Have you found other shells that have had where you can hear singing to you?
Oh, plenty.
Oh, tell me where?
Well, in order to do that, I would have to take you all the way back to my hometown, and in order to do that, we'd be in for a couple months.
Oh, that's fine.
Fine for you, maybe. I mean, I can give you the directions if that's what you're looking for.
But you found them before.
Yeah.
So if you would be able to direct me to the place, and I wouldn't have to be, searching for too long, right?
I can give you approximations. Funny thing about these shells is that they tend to move around. Never quite
Alright.
staying in one place for too long.
Where would that be then?
Wildheart is where I'm from, right?
Yeah.
Then he would say that just the shores of Wildheart in particular.
That is close. I'll have to take a look there sometime then. I'll have to send more fish.
Feel like close is a bit too inaccurate.
No, it's something from the past. It's. I was around there a long time ago. It's a whole other story. Would you care to listen?
To your story.
Yes, I've many stories.
Angel will take a quick cursory glance to see if this man has any other gourds on him.
No, just the one.
I'm sorry, my friend. I'm about to drink some more and maybe grab some for my friends, so...
Alright. Well, you know where to find me if you want to hear a story. And everyone else in the room, if you want to hear stories about the sea, I'm here.
Oh, I want to hear stories.
Wonderful.
Begging!
He'll start making his way over.
Oh, great. That's all we need is an old coot.
Great. I just realized I went to this bar, but I'm pretty sure I'm broke, right? Unless, oh wait, I forget that most backgrounds give you a little bit of gold, do they?
10 gold on average.
10 gold on average.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, while all that was going on, Storm, Binky had been checking each of these closed off tables and then stopped here when she noticed more people were here. And she's just kind of staring at them.
Excuse me, may I help you?
Oh, no, don't mind me. Continue.
Binky! What did we say about social graces?
Oh, right, sorry. Hello, and she puts out her hand. My name is Binky Grubbernot.
Yeah, much better.
Well, nice to meet you, Binky Grubbernot. I am Harvok Schnelson.
Bless you.
What?
The laugh that just fucking escaped me was more like the way I just sounded like a teapot.
Well, this is my fellow compatriots, Harlan Crane and Zoran Muffed.
Hello.
What did he muff up?
Hello.
I didn't muff up anything.
So what are we talking about here?
Well, just, I suppose. What I plan on doing, I guess, in the morning, just discussing about heading into the cathedral.
Oh, she walks on in, takes a seat. What are you gonna do over there?
And you, climb over the other...
Yes.
Hey!
Excuse me.
Yeah, come
roll
one sec,
me-
come here, one moment. I think he's just gonna slip it between the pair. We're two small creatures, so technically we can kind of cozy in.
So, that's fine. Both of you... actually, one of you just roll me a dex check.
Sure.
I also want to be staring down this man's armor.
22.
Just from the
Okay.
side table.
You don't
you and Binky. Well, Binky, there's a possibility that she could have almost knocked over a drink, but you kind of move her over a little so that she doesn't knock his drink off, and he's kind of like shielding it at the moment. It is like trying to protect himself from being spilled upon as you climb over the table.
Renty's just sitting on top of my shoulder, eyeing the man down.
So, what do you plan on doing there in the morning?
Well, I was going to see the shrine of Lorvelin. I'm a little lost at the moment, and I was hoping that perhaps visiting the Grand Cathedral was more welcoming than other cathedrals of the cities.
You're lost? Where are you trying to get to?
I'm more trying to find my way.
Having a destination tends to help with that.
That's the... No, I've lost... I don't exactly know what to do right now in terms of my current life, I suppose.
I get you. You're having an existential midlife crisis.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Except not existential. It was just a midlife crisis.
Thank you for making that obvious.
Oh. So what's causing this crisis? Come on, tell me. I'm your friend here.
She just grabs the nearest drink, probably belongs to one of the other guys, and takes a sip.
Hey!
Which is funny, because that's a human-sized mug, so it's like literally like a child holding it. Both hands.
So what is it? Is it family? Is it love? Is it money problems?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Binky, social graces, Binky, social graces. You don't just go up and ask a man if his thing's not working.
I'm not really in the business of explaining that to individuals who have climbed over the table and sat in an empty... Never mind asking to be like, can we take the seat? Climbed over the table to take it.
Oh, of course, of course. I don't suppose to be interested in a game of cards. Stinky takes out a deck out of his pocket and just starts shuffling it.
And a game of cards, why?
No, it's always nice to have a game of cards when discussing things. It helps the time, focuses the mind, relaxes the spirit. Ever play Go Fish?
Yes, I've played Go Fish.
Oh, fantastic. You know the rules then.
Fine, I will play one round of Go Fish.
How about you two fellas?
Let's make something fun about it. How about the loser has to reveal something secret about themselves?
Truth or dare, Go Fish.
I feel like you have more of it to gain from me than I have to gain from you, because you've come in here and asked very personal questions about me as if you want to know something.
Well, I mean, you can always ask Binky personal questions. I mean, she's quite the interesting young lady.
I don't have it. I didn't even know you existed, like, 10 minutes ago.
Well, I mean, we didn't know you existed 10 minutes ago, so I mean, we're kind of still on even ground here.
And listen, you look like someone who just needs an ear to listen to you.
Exactly.
I always listen to people.
She's an amazing listener. Like, trust me, she's the smartest person you'll meet. She is a genius. You know what? She might save you a trip to the temple. You ever think of that?
The temple is 10 minutes away.
Well, I mean, still. I mean, that's 10 minutes out of your life. Maybe that 10 minutes changes everything. You never know. Can I make a persuasion check?
Go on.
13, okay.
Binky's blushing after all the compliments.
One game. Actually, no.
You're asking me that I reveal a secret to you?
How about this? You don't gotta reveal a secret. We'll just play a game, relax, have a good time, take a drink.
Sure.
Aw, I wanted to know why he's here.
I know, Binky,
I
but I mean, he
Told
might
you why
open
I was
up.
here.
I knew the
Angel,
real reason.
Angel will call across from the bar, and he just says, "Did somebody say games?"
Yeah, we're playing fish.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why don't you come over, Slender Man?
How
Yeah,
many,
I'm sure you can
uh,
squeeze in between the two over there.
Yeah, you're
How much-
skinny.
how much
Okay,
would
how
you
about
think
inst-
6 people cost exactly? Just real
Oh,
quick.
you're buying, is it just like base ales?
Yeah.
2 copper per mug. How about instead of squeezing within this booth, how about we take one of the round tables and we can have more bigger seats and have more space to sit around?
You
Is
see,
that it?
he's a smart man, Binky. I told you, you listen to a man like that, and he'll give you insight. That's a brilliant idea, sir.
I thought she was the smart woman, but
But of course she is, but you can be smart too. You're more
Yeah,
insightful.
we're both
Binky's
allowed.
brilliant. Not the most insightful, but very brilliant.
Oh,
I
why
can-
thank you.
kind of get the feeling.
Angel will make.
Alright.
Climb, even though we could just go one at a time, she's just gonna climb over everyone again.
Hey, Rob!
Come on, guys, we're gonna play card games.
How about you, Tin Man?
He looks hesitant.
Come on.
I
And he'll actually hand a drink to Shithor first.
he will stand up and come over. Ava never played a card game.
Oh, you're about to learn.
By the way, she's gonna make sure to sit right between Dinky and this guy she's trying to get to know.
If you don't mind my asking, what is your hair routine? It is just so luscious, those locks.
I tend to it every morning, brush it about 3 times daily, and put a bit of recommended this is kind of oil that was given to me and suggested, and I've been trying to get more of that brand. I have a few in my bag. Why?
Oh, I mean, if you could point me into the right direction of this hair oil, because honestly, I'm working with my hair every morning. It's just the whole thing, you know, just poof.
I just need some more time with it. Besides, I like the poofiness. It's very becoming.
Aw, thank you.
Hey Thea,
Kicks her little feet.
you coming?
How long is this gonna take?
Shouldn't be long.
It's taking a second longer every single moment. You stay over there, right next to me.
Well, me and my little star need our beauty sleep. We can't stay up too long.
It's noon!
Well,
And-
I'll be
Drinking
right
at noon? Are you kidding?
I mean,
3 p.m.
It's noon?
It's not like
it's about
3 p.m.
it's like 4 p.m. now.
You haven't
And if
lived
it
through
helps,
one
the
little
loser
day,
has to
Ethan.
reveal their deepest, darkest secrets.
Why would I
Uh-huh.
want to do that?
Binky, you realize that Go Fish only has one winner, right?
Yeah, so there's only one person who doesn't have to spill.
I thought we were just playing a friendly game.
We're playing a friendly game. Binky, remember, we decided not to do that.
Okay, what the fuck
We
is
did?
Go Fish?
Never played Go Fish?
Sit down and learn. And he's
It's
just patting
Kat
where
asking. It's a game where you make pairs.
No, you
Like,
you
and-
deal out cards. You ask someone whether they have a card to make a pair, and then if you guess wrong, you pick up a card from the deck. All right, so it's like if you got, like I said, you got any twos, and you go fish, and then if you go fish, you pick a card up from the deck.
We're gonna play actual go fucking fish.
I don't think we're gonna play actual go fish. I think we're fine just skipping over.
Everybody open up Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, I think we could skip the game.
Okay, I mean, she'll come sit, I guess. I don't want to play actual fucking go fish.
Why not?
I'm
Why not?
Coward.
You know when you ever get like tabletop game rules explained to you and your brain is just static and you can't comprehend anything that's being said?
Fair enough. I mean, I'm just surprised. I didn't know it was strictly a North America. I guess it's more North American.
I think it's Western.
Yeah, it must be a Western style game.
Interesting.
Because I kind of assumed that was just something everybody knew. But again, it's cultural.
I'm also not English.
That's what I mean. Well, that's what I mean, but it's Western. Like, I know Germans know it as well.
So Dinky deals out everyone to play Go Fish.
Is the person gonna sit on my lap?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
And very expressly demanding pets. Should you become
little
too
chin scritches.
Yeah, should you become too invested in the game, she'll like claw at your leg as if to remind you to pay attention.
I love cats.
Okay. You go through a round. Do you have?
I hope they
Storm?
explain the rules.
No, it's fine. What were you gonna say, Heath?
I messaged you something just to remind you.
Yeah. Roll me a sleight of hand. Okay. The game goes on, and as it plays out, eventually everyone is knocked out except Binky.
Wow, I've never played this game before.
Yeah, natural.
No one ever explained the rules.
If Shatho asks and Dinky doesn't explain the rules, Harnock would explain. Harvok would explain the rules.
I want to say he explains the rules, but he gets distracted just like oogling his fucking armor.
That is some nice steel.
Is it good quality? Is it shit? Like, I gotta know.
It's quite good quality.
Okay.
So is Alyssa just outside?
Outfit.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's just like, her head's like at the window and she's just like peeking, looking inside.
Why doesn't
So-
she
And
say
every time you would like make obvious looks towards the window, she'd duck her head.
Can I add her to the mind link really quick? And
Sure.
You know, if you'd like to come play, you should come sit down.
Ah!
Anybody else hear that?
And in Celestial, I'll say, I could use an extra pair of hands scritching my fur.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm not very good at that. She'll
I believe in you.
she'll look to Thea to add on to it.
Oh
but,
dang!
I think Thea just being here should be counted as a help action.
I mean, they rolled an at 20. It's
Oh shit, this is huge.
She's
Yeah, but,
batting
like,
her little fox eye. She's so fluffy right now. Like,
So
yeah, she
with a
looks
nat
so
20,
soft.
with a nat 20, she crawls through the window.
You know, there's a door.
No, she goes to the door.
kicks Angel in the face, making her way through.
Oh, hello. I hope I'm not intruding.
Nope, everyone was just about to tell their darkest secrets.
Not at all.
Oh,
Angel
I
will
think
set
I'll
up
set this game
and-
out.
Don't worry, we're not doing that. Would you like to see? Would you like to see pictures of the kids?
Sure.
Okay, here's
Angel
a.
will stand up and he will pull out his chair and he will gesture for her to take his seat.
Oh, okay.
And he'll grab his own little stool.
Yeah.
can drag a
Dinky
chair
will
over.
reach into his bag. His whole head disappears, and then he pulls out what looks to be a photograph out of his bag. And then on the photograph, there's just like 7 different like little halflings all standing in a row with Binky, and him standing in the back. He's like, "This here's the family. Now that's cousin Stinky. That's that's Auntie Winky. She's a bit of a harlot, to be honest, but you know, good soul at the heart.
Where did you get
Man.
that?
That's great cousin Linky. He's a bit odd. He wears green leotards and likes to throw people's chickens. It's a whole thing. But
I think I met him once.
yeah, maybe.
We'll stare at this woman expectantly. Sort of sit, like, shift slightly so that she's, like, between, like a little bit on the edge of Thea's lap, so that she can get pets from both sources.
She'll like look down at Apricity and just start petting her like on the head. Little squitches.
She'll, like,
All right.
rest her head. Content.
Could I make a request? If we are not going to share our deepest, darkest secrets, at least tell me one interesting thing about yourselves.
Roll me a persuasion, Binky.
Oh no!
This is why you should get Grandpa to do the talking.
She doesn't think
Oh!
that far. Okay, not bad.
It's decent.
It's not great either, but
Not great. It's not great, but it's at least something.
yeah.
Muffed leans into Harvok and kind of whispers something. If you would like to eavesdrop,
Yes.
roll me a perception.
I certainly would too.
Ooh.
Can anyone roll?
Yeah, anyone can roll.
Oh,
This is huge.
Talking amongst the table, suddenly everyone goes fucking silent.
Everybody goes silent, leans in.
I'm gonna roll.
Binky and Dinky so far seem to be the most likely.
You
So
don't
maybe-
catch what one of the guards say, like one of his other members of his entourage, but you do catch what Harvok says, and you catch him saying, for Dinky and Binky, you hear him say, I don't think that's quite a good idea.
Catches Dinky's eye.
Dinky nuts. Well, I mean, you know what? It's only fair that we should start with interesting facts about ourselves to get to open this whole thing up, right? I mean, that's a great idea. We should open up with an interesting fact about ourselves. And we're all trying to get to know each other, right? So, I guess, to be fair, I can start. Let's see here. Well, I guess an interesting fact about me is I tend to be rather good with animals. Have a whole menagerie.
Yeah, same.
A person
Dinky
says,
claps.
I highly doubt that.
Reggie just kind of like flaps his arms.
Very good. All right, who's next?
You, I'm bad at this open forum sort of stuff. It's easier with questions. I died once.
Well, that is definitely an interesting fact. I see you got better, though.
Whoa!
I take it you're only mostly dead.
How'd you die?
Experimented on.
This is the first time you've met Binky, right? Just to be safe.
He'll lean over and stage whisper into Binky's ear, "By werewolves."
Are you a werewolf?
I guess we'll. Oh, sorry. I love Binky so much. This is wonderful. He would his smile would widen, and he'll just say, "We're a couple weeks out from a full moon. Find out then."
You dog.
Oh my god.
Sorry, he would absolutely bark in reaction to that. Well, like a wolf. Yeah, just wolf.
I've never met a werewolf before.
He'll just give a tiny, almost curtsy in his seat.
Now that I think about it, I wonder what a halfling werewolf would look like.
Chihuahua?
I guess I could ask you to bite me and we could test it out.
No, we're not going there. Not happening. If you don't want the idea.
Sorry. I've taken an oath of abstinence against biting people.
Aww.
Haven't been very good at it, but
That is not reassuring.
of course it is.
Alright, well, we got 2 interesting facts. How about you?
She points at you, Shithir.
He considers a second, and he kind of like straightens a bit, puffs out his chest. Like, everything you see on me, pretty much besides the wires making me up, I crafted myself.
Ah, self-made man.
Many times. I honestly can't count the number of times I've melted parts of me back down to reconstruct better.
We have to have a sit-down talk at some point. Very important.
Binky, put down the wrench.
I am not going to lie, I'm intimidated by that, thought.
If a robot could sweat.
I'll say you kind of see it, because as it's been going along, he'd like eyed the ale a few times, but he decided to take a drink, and basically anyone near him can basically see as soon as it goes in its mouth, it immediately starts to boil, and alcohol vapors are just kind of coming off of him.
Angel asked him, do you feel pain?
I do.
Wait, I don't think I heard you correctly. Did he say that he says? What was his secret or his little fun fact?
He built himself, like all the armor and everything on him, apart from the wires he created.
Gotcha. Okay. So everything that he's wearing is he's built out of.
Yes, I guess he adds besides the clothes that he's wearing.
So you feel pain, but you've custom built your own body.
Indeed. It's worth it to improve.
No pain, no gain sort of thing.
His smile widens, not with his teeth, just his lips, but he'll leave it at that.
Great.
You
One
love
of
to
the
see someone striving for
That's not
perfection.
threatening.
One of the soldiers over in the top left, muffed, he speaks up. I won a slap fighting competition once.
Oh, what's a slap fight?
It's where you like. Have you ever had arm wrestle competitions?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like those, but instead of arm wrestling, you slap each other in the face really hard.
Ah! Don't do that with Binky. She'll destroy you.
I, really?
Yeah,
Oh, this isn't gonna be.
sounds fun.
What? Why? I don't.
You know
I
what?
don't see it.
You don't see what?
Why she would destroy me in a slap fighting competition?
Well, tell you what, we'll put money on it. I'll put you 2 gold. She wins.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, sounds fun. Actually climbs up onto the table to stand in
Oh,
front of her.
okay. On the table it is.
How else will I reach ya?
You don't want to get teabagged, trust me.
Alright. That's fair.
So, who goes first?
Your choice.
I'll go first. She's immediately slapped.
Make me a strength. Make me a strength check.
Strength check.
You slap. You give a round slap to his face, and he kind of recoils. Okay.
That white hot sting. I know.
All right. I see. I see.
Oh my goodness.
I warned you.
Schnelson, this handsome gentleman that you were trying to get information off of stifles a laugh. The other guy just bursts into laughter. Alright. And he returns the slap. A little hesitant at first, but he gives it a good go.
As he does, I would like to make a sleight of hand check and just slightly tug his pants with my invisible mage hand.
Roll me a sleight of hand check. Okay, I'm gonna give him disadvantage, which is good, because there's a nat 20.
Damn.
That is a 7.
Yes!
As you tug his pants, and it kind of causes him to kind of move his arm slightly, so much so that it's only 2 fingers that hits a Binky in like the cheek, and she doesn't feel that much force from it.
She like blinks and then rubs her cheek.
He looks over to the other guy. Did you tug on my pants? What?
Are you
Why
sure
would I
you
do that?
won?
Yeah, no, that was a good slap. I had it lined up, and then I felt. It's fine. That's fine.
Well,
Here's
I
your
guess
2
that's 2
gold.
gold.
Yeah,
She'll
thank
take
you.
it and hand it to you.
I win 2 games! Yay!
You're the best, Binky. You're a winner.
Good form.
Aw, thank you, thank you. Well, how about the rest of you? Still gotta share something interesting? Alright, I'll volunteer the next one.
She'll point to to Thea.
She would like cover her face with her like those little wings that she has, and like an embarrassment. Well, I haven't died yet, you know, but I graduated a College of Magic in Phoenix Fire, where me and Apricity used to live.
Hey, you graduated from Phoenix University? That's pretty impressive.
Apricity nods, like in agreement.
Anyone who would catch looking at Havok's direction, you would notice there's like a slight twitch when she mentions Phoenix Fire.
Which one is that? Is that the armor man?
Yeah.
He's the Almond Man.
Oh, I catch everything that man is doing.
What kind of
He's
twitch?
looking, he's looking, he's looking.
Roll me insight.
Me?
Oh,
They are.
Okay.
I don't think I'm good at that.
Anyone who would want to infer more from that can also roll insight.
My rolls are so good today.
I'm too busy hanging out getting pets.
So true.
Pretty people don't have to think.
So true.
I think he's too happy
Bessie.
counting his new 2 coins.
Shatha and Thea, he seems like there's kind of like trauma there. It's an instinctual twitch of the just the name kind of invoking something in him, but he tries to hide it.
Or
Like he flinched, yeah.
It's what I got it fucked up from Phoenix University. What was the actual name?
Phoenix Fire.
Sorry, it's my bad.
Would I know if that has any relation to perhaps my deity?
You would know, not entirely. Phoenix Fire is the capital of the Orobani nation, but not exactly where Vindra has any extremely high stakes. It's just the name.
Suspicious. I don't buy it. They're stealing my copyright.
You would know that Vindra is very proud of the fact that the one of the capital cities is named basically kind of after her. So she's like, hell yeah.
Good for her.
What? I guess. What would I know about this college?
Roll me a check at disadvantage.
A what check?
History.
History. Disadvantage.
Did you mention the name, Thea?
I don't remember what the
Shadow.
name was. I think you gave it to me, but I don't remember. She might have mentioned it.
Let me see. It's somewhere.
Oh, I'm looking for it.
Bright Flame. You would have heard a little bit about Bright Flame. It is the College of Illumination. Basically, it's a pretty... And you would only really know it because it is the capital. You don't really know much information about other Orobani cities and their schools because it's not really something that's in from the curriculum or information that would kind of be talked about where you're from. But it is quite a fairly prestigious mages college. Not
He's
the
excited front.
not the most prestigious in the continent. That one's Giltharia, but it is probably top 5.
That's really impressive. You must be super smart.
Thank you. I do tutoring on the side every now and again.
So is that where you got your fashion designing?
Oh, no, that's just a hobby.
Yeah, well, you're pretty good at it.
She'll cover her face again.
In fact, if you, I wouldn't mind. Maybe you can give me a help with some of my outfits.
Oh, I would love to.
Me too, me too!
Yeah, we can give
course,
Binky a nice
darling.
makeover.
She'd be very happy
Thea,
to do that.
you
Hmm.
probably wouldn't notice, but to everyone else, your wings start glowing a little bit more brightly.
Oh. Why is that happening?
She'll point at it.
That is what I think it is, right?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Apricity just looks at her. Does the little, like, chittering fox thing, like the like...
Is... Do I know what that is?
Is that an
Um,
actual fox? Like, is she making that noise, or is it in the mind link? I'm curious.
She doesn't make a noise out loud, but you can see her, like, bare her teeth and, like do the motions of giggling.
Okay, I see.
Well, Priestess, what about you? What's interesting?
Well. Can we come back to me?
Okay. Okay, what about you, Mr. Guardsman? Number 2.
Well, I mean, I used to be a, one of the captains of a sports team.
No kidding. What sport? Just...
Yeah, well, it was, ground ball.
Ooh.
What's
How
this
far did
brown?
that go?
Mark, go ahead.
But you, both of you spoke.
Sorry.
You
What
can
was
go
the
ahead.
other question?
Oh, I
He looks
just
at
asked
Binky.
what...
He had Thea, I was just,
Okay.
I don't, what did Binky
Oh.
say?
She said, how far did he go with that?
Well, that one's a quick answer. I got a few kind of, within the city, kind of small leagues. There was like a big, playoff, and, well, unfortunately we came second for that one, and then I had to, enlist into the military. So that was kind of where it ended.
A lot of good career ends that way.
Oh no! I'm sure you could still be a captain at that.
Well, looks over towards the looks over towards Schnelson. He just kind of looks at him. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That means it's your turn next.
And then he would like look over towards Thea and explain football, the soccer version.
Okay, about the same. You gotta be more specific here.
I will listen in on that conversation.
Soccer version is which one?
The
one where they throw
European
the ball or...
No, kick the
keep the
football.
ball.
Yeah, like European
Okay.
football.
On the floor. You can't touch the
Soccer.
ball with your hands.
Okay, I know
Soccer.
which one.
Correct football.
The one that makes sense with the name.
Yes.
Alyssa would kind of look over. I guess in that vein, kind of, I've made all my jewelry myself.
Oh.
What kind of jewelry is she wearing?
She's wearing like 3 different gold bangles. She's wearing like like a pair of earrings. There's 2 like rings on the end of her tail. She has actual rings on her fingers. One has kind of like a sapphire gem in it. And then she has like these like ribbon tassels over her horns that kind of like wrapped around them. That kind of seemingly have inlays of like a trim of gold on the outskirts, at the tips of them.
Holy shit, that's a
Can
lot.
I inspect the quality of any of the metalwork?
Yeah. Roll me a Smith's tools.
Int-based, you'd assume. Oh, dang.
Yeah, be in base.
Oh damn!
It's all nat 20. It is pretty well done. A majority of the jewelry that she's crafted is, at least the metalwork from what you can tell, is fairly well crafted. There's like one of them that isn't, but that's the only one. But it also seems the oldest one out of the lot.
Impressive. Can see where you started, and he'll point out like the new one, but the rest all very fine work.
Oh, that one's more sentimental from my family, I suppose.
Oh, they are gorgeous.
You're very talented.
Oh, thank you, thank you. She'll go red and just like put her arm out and shake her hand.
Well, I guess that leaves one more person.
Looks to the person next to her.
Two people,
Where's the
Binky.
Priscides?
2 people.
Oh! I'm
Well-
so sorry. I should include you.
And 3 people, actually.
Huh?
The pigeon.
You!
I won!
Any case.
You sure you don't want to do it anyway?
You know what? You're right. Okay, I will. But first,
Looks to the guy beside her.
come on.
What do you got, Consume Tight?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can,
You can have
It'll be an
advantage.
intimidation check if we all go.
Dickie was also going for it, so...
You can either Binky can either roll
I'll
their
roll.
own,
I'll
or you can
roll. I'll roll it. I think a +6 is better than a -2 with advantage.
No.
Oh no!
I mean, if it was you, Nikki, it would have been a freaking 5. But yeah.
You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna roll it just to see.
Well, I offered one for you
Yeah.
if Dinky was gonna roll as well, so.
There we go. So.
I'm recently retired, I guess.
Oh, well, that's good. Getting that pension pay, are we?
You seem so
Yes.
young.
Yeah, I am.
I guess
Were
that
you laid
explains
off?
the midlife crisis scenario.
You get yourself hurt.
Did you take an arrow to the leg?
To the
He
knee.
seems to be like, all the questions are just like, wasn't what he expected.
Stop, I'm embarrassed.
An incident happened, and let's just say I'm not really for that kind of work anymore.
Ah.
Oh, blood. The blood.
Sure.
She pats his arm.
Okay, Foxy, how about you?
Good on you, choosing your own destiny.
Yeah. There's a bit of a solemn look on his face, but
She closes her eyes, pretends to be asleep.
Oh, isn't that
asking
cute?
one of the guards leans towards the other one. Why are we asking a fox about their secrets? What?
I'll tell you what. Since the fox isn't talking, Reggie here happens to be rather a fine dresser.
Fine what?
He dresses. He likes Reggie.
Bird on the shoulder.
Oh.
Does that really count if you're the one that dresses him?
Well, I mean, he still wears nice clothes, doesn't he?
You know what? That is very true.
Why are they putting birds in clothes? This is kind of weird.
Gestures vaguely to the bow Apricity's wearing.
That won't protect him at all if an arrow comes at him.
Don't worry, he's got others for that.
Link Shathur really quick.
Or a fox bite.
Come on, Cece, tell us something about yourself.
By the way, I thought you were asleep, Fox. Now start spilling the beans.
She looks at him, tilts her head.
Dinky
Must I
tilts his
share
head back. Oh, sorry.
Must I share a secret with these people?
Althea's going to like gently.
Shathur's still in the mind link, I fear.
Yeah, you didn't separate. Just your back in your head. It's not a secret. It's just an interesting fact.
Althea's going to like gently poke one of her cheeks, like Apricity's, and just say out loud, "Come on, share something fun with the class."
She'll like get up on the table, and sit down, sort of facing everyone. I'll connect one of the guards, the one in the big armor. Shathur. And
I was already here.
Yeah. I'm just reminding myself. I'm keeping count. And I guess Binky.
Woo!
For my secret or interesting fact,
You
will
can talk.
I had the same reaction.
Well, that depends on your definition of talking, doesn't it?
Okay, you can speak into my mind.
It's not
I
that
can
weird, man.
communicate, Sure.
What do you mean not that weird? Sorry for interrupting.
And when he says that, just because of the shits and giggles of the concept, Dinky just starts messaging him and speaks into his mind. I mean, it's not that weird, man. Lots of people could do it.
I don't want to hear both of them. I don't want to hear both of them.
Well, tell us.
I mean, there is much interesting about me. I'm just simply trying to choose one. I have two tails.
She says as she splits her tails off.
Damn.
Sorry, just part of me is like, can you fly with those?
Did she usually keep them together?
Yeah, they would have been completely like they would have been like held together to not show Well, I spent most of the time in a purse, so you probably
True.
haven't seen much of like the bottom half of the fox body, except for in combat. But you were like looking forward. So, but yeah, like when I was sitting on the lap, I would have held them together, basically.
Whoa.
So what's her fact?
Oh,
I have
right,
two
we're not here.
tails.
Well, no, he
She'll
can't
repeat
hear,
that.
right? Like,
Mm. Right. Sorry.
She has 2 tails.
oh, well, I can see that. Well, that is neat.
Why
They
are
are
all the
magical.
animals weird?
You know what? As he says that, Reggie just kind of looks over at him and kind of like weird, like his feather kind of goes up in like a thumbs up and goes back down.
What the fuck?
As that is also happening, Pesto's like climbing over the mask of Angel, just kind of covering half his face.
Like he's got a squid hat on.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
You're
Pesto's like covering your face.
Ah,
And the bird
okay.
can do a thumbs up. I'm scared.
Angel will reach up and gently but firmly grab the squid like a bouquet of flowers and removing him from his face.
There's a lot of weird animals here. Yeah, I know. It's kind of cool.
They're special.
Anyways,
Yeah, I wish I had a fox that had 2 tails. That'd be pretty cool.
I could also turn your drink into ice.
Who's she speaking to?
The guard, one of the guards.
The guy who spoke.
Yeah,
I
well,
like
everyone
drinking that,
hears it.
please.
Everyone at the table.
no, only the people
Well,
that
no.
communicate to.
This is mind link.
Listen, I can speak to 4 people at a time, max. You, the one who chose to add a bunch of... Not you, but you guys chose to add a bunch of weird NPCs, so I'm gonna talk to them too.
True.
I don't manage a mind link in this shit.
Discord join and leave sound every single time.
Oh, I've got a lot of interesting people here.
Yeah, but speaking of which, priestess, you've had time to think. What you got? Oh no, wait, you did they did the jewelry. They
She
that
did.
came back. Yeah, that's right.
Jewelry.
Mine.
Not interesting enough. Go again.
When he says that like that he wanted to drink his drink, she'll like create a small sheet of ice on any like on like basically where she's sitting.
I think your fox just peed.
Wow, marking the territory. Fantastic.
The bottom god will lead him to and say that to Theo.
She'll cover the rest of the table, like just walk around, covering the
Hey.
table in ice.
Okay. Can you not have her pee all over the table? We're kind of drinking here.
I don't think she's peeing, mister.
I don't know. It has 2 tails. It's doing ice things. I just think it's peeing.
You don't get out much, huh?
I've never seen a fox do that before.
I never seen one
neither.
that speak in your mind either. So you know.
Exactly. It
Does
speaks
your
into my
piss look
mind.
like this?
No,
Who's the person saying this?
Are you sure?
but
Which
this
one?
one down here.
Oh, okay. Just because he can and because it's so subtle. Angel underneath the table, with his hand underneath the table, will point at that one in specific and say the vocal somatic or the vocal component for Hunter's Mark. Specifically for the flavor that I added previously that makes the individual suddenly begin to just slowly precipitate with this like dark water that begins to spread. And it's specifically going to target basically his waistline, where the quote unquote pee might touch him.
I think he
To
just
make
like
a man
looks
piss
down.
himself.
No, but he's totally gonna think that she pissed on him.
He just kind of looks down, looks back at the fox. Did you just pee on me?
She shakes her
You're
head no.
fine. Here, and he reaches over the table and just grabs the ale, and like within a little bit, it just starts to like simmer with heat.
Okay. Don't heat up my oil. All right, everyone. Snatches the mug back.
It's probably gonna burn him when he touches it.
I mean, is it a metal tankard or a wooden tankard?
It's a wooden tankard.
Yeah, don't.
Darn.
Okay,
It's still
fair.
warm to the touch.
Yeah.
It's still warm.
Would you like me to cool that down for you?
No, don't pee in my mug.
Well, in any case,
You cannot possibly be this dense.
I've never.
you haven't met many city guards, have you?
That's kind of mean. And I'm not a god. I'm a
You
soldier.
weren't in the mind. Well, he didn't hear me.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm an ex-soldier, so I've been around.
Well, in any case, fellas and gals, it's getting kind of late. Maybe we should get ready. Turn in for the night. We do got to get up bright and early in the morning to travel to go, battle cultists or whatever.
It's
That's
night is
true.
young. I'm out to explore a little.
Do you need a buddy?
No.
Come on, Vicky, you need your sleep. You know what you like when you don't get your 8 hours.
Oh, it's so funny.
Just that no.
Quickest no you ever heard.
All right. Maybe next time.
No.
You're gonna be traveling with them for 6 days minimal. You got lots of time.
That is true.
If a robot
I'm
could
cutting
sweat.
everyone. I'm cutting everyone off except for Thea and saying, "Are we sure we must?"
Say that again, sir?
I cut everyone off and then said, while like crawling back into your lap, basically saying, "Are we sure we must do this?"
We already traveled all the way here.
We are far too pretty and far too talented to be amongst them.
The poor.
Not my chance.
Those fucking brokies.
All
The
right,
pores.
Angel will just kind of pipe up and say, actually, good point. Do the both of you actually have any outside equipment?
Do you
Which
want to
book?
elaborate?
Sleeping bags, tents.
Oh yeah, I got all that stuff.
Yeah, but I imagine this size more for the two of both of you.
Yep, that's right.
Quite. Which means that we might have to do a little bit of shopping if we plan on comfortably moving on.
Oh, shopping finally.
Well, we've got the wagon, so I suppose at least you guys got some place to put it.
Good point.
You have a wagon?
Oh yeah, with style. It's got like, the hydraulics and like spinning bumper.
I didn't see a general store when we made our way here.
You did or you didn't?
Didn't.
Hmm.
Perhaps others here might be able to barter with you.
You expecting to just like in the inn, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dinky gets on the table. Hey, anybody got a tent I want to sell?
I'm not sleeping in a used tent. Are you crazy?
Used.
Angel.
Well, does it beat sleeping on the floor outside in a forest?
Angel will lean over to Night Guy. And he'll just ask, well, since you're planning on going over to the monastery, I don't think you'll need any of your equipment. Does he even have it? I don't know if he actually does.
He doesn't have his bag with him.
Okay, never mind. He won't say anything.
You could assume.
Hey, you know what? I got an idea. Now, hear me out. We don't actually need to buy a tent. We have a great fashion designer here, right?
Two.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, there we go. So all we gotta do is make your own. Just need cloth.
It might take a while.
And we got all night.
I need beauty sleep.
Worst comes to worst, we could always huddle together for warmth.
I'll pull it all nighter.
Big cuddle pile.
Absolutely not.
We have a tent and sleeping bags. I bought them
We have
before
a walking radiator right there.
Are we saying we're just gonna all use him as like the fire?
We don't need a campfire. We just sit Shutthor in the middle and just.
He's our walking
roast marshmallows.
furnace. Just roast marshmallows over him, you know. In the morning, we crack open their bacon and eggs on them.
Instead of that, I can make a fire very easily.
Well, I mean, that doesn't really solve the sleeping accommodations, but fair enough, that's your guys' problem, I guess.
Nothing wrong with the ground.
I mean, do you sleep?
Perhaps there might be. I can see if there's anything in the cathedral if you wanted a tent.
There you go! I'm sure you could build something out of the books.
Not the books. I'm not permitted there anyways.
What? That seems to be a crying shame. Why aren't you allowed in the library?
Well, the archivists aren't allowed in the Grand Cathedral, and the us sisters aren't allowed at the archive.
Ah! By the way, did you want to come with us?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't.
Welcome aboard!
Chastity, not allowed to read.
I mean, it kind of sounds like a really crappy style.
It's not that we're not allowed to read. We're just
Not allowed to have books, you know.
no. We have books here at the cathedral. It's just a lot of the other stuff tends to be towards the archives. For other things. It's just tradition of the cathedral.
Well,
Dumb tradition.
either case, tell you what, you go get some tents and sleeping bags for everybody. You're in.
Sure. I'll probably make my way back so I'm not, you know, put under house arrest, I suppose, to
Oh, we can break
when
you out.
it's...
But
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can go get the stuff if you tell me where it is.
No, it's fine. What do you mean by that?
I just mean I could go out and get it. What's your problem?
I'll have to make sure it's okay.
Oh, okay.
You ever hear about the saying? Something about sometimes it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, that's what I usually try to do.
And that's what you should keep doing.
Okay, sure.
We'll see you at dawn then.
This is all with the
Oh.
assumption that we will not need the High Priestess's help in the future. I'm not sure if I feel too comfortable pissing her off.
We'll just say that it's my fault if anything bad happens.
Plus, I'm sure she'll forgive us if we say sorry.
I mean, we did this.
I
We
have
are
nothing to be
taking
sorry
care
for.
of their problems, so you know.
You're a
don't
free
know about that
person.
one. Exactly, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, there's no slaves here. There's no slaves here, right? Sometimes I get confused where we are.
No, there's no slaves here.
Yeah, that's what I said. No slaves. So obviously, go for it.
Okay, I'll need to pack my things. I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Dawn.
She has a skip in her step as she leaves.
She's so cute.
I love her.
Well, we've got ourselves another companion. Go.
I remember my rebellious years.
Hmm.
Well, looks like things are tapering off here. Are you all heading off to sleep?
Yeah, probably for the best.
It's barely nightfall. I'll be heading out.
Oh, you have fun. I gotta get lots of sleep. It takes a lot of work to look this good in the morning.
Well said.
And I guess with that, Dinky will go to bed and drag Binky along to make sure she doesn't get in any trouble.
Before that, she's going to
Be like, actually, I will head up in a bit. I just need a little bit of time.
Okay. You know what? Just to be safe, and he puts Reggie on your shoulder. He's gonna look after you.
Sounds good.
I don't know if you saw my. She's
Yeah,
gonna
I
wait
did.
till everyone's like gone.
Yeah. The two behind have also kind of been keenly interested in what you guys were talking about, and they were just like paying attention.
As Dinky walks past
But
the
keep-
kobold, he'll go in Dragon. He'll speak in Draconic and go, "How's it going?"
Oh, she'll speak back in Draconic. Pretty good. How you going?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, I haven't seen many kobolds around. It's nice to get the old dialects out, ain't it?
Yeah, there's not that many around. But yeah, that haven't met anyone who spoke Draconic in a very short bit.
Oh, I'm full of surprises. At my age, you learn all kinds of languages.
Yeah, well, that's pretty fair. Have you come across anything like interesting in terms of like books or?
Oh, well, I got the. You're looking for something interesting, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to Cathedral tomorrow, so I was gonna take a look at see if I can go to the archives there, find something, whatever I'm looking for.
Oh, well, do you speak Elvish?
No?
Okay, well, probably don't have anything you want then.
Oh. Okay.
But, other than that, no, yeah, good luck, though. They got lots of interesting books in there. But be careful,
Yeah,
some of them will hit you back.
What? She looks over towards the woman across from her. Wait, do we have to fight books? You're joking, right? What do you
Yeah,
mean
of
they
course,
hit
I
you
think we killed most of the vicious ones.
back? You killed books.
Well, Binky kind of blew them up.
Hi.
Don't destroy the books! The kobold will...
Well, it was an
Kind of
accident. Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Oh man.
Don't worry, they got lots of interesting stuff. You'll like it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Nice to. By the way, nice to meet you. Name's Grandpa Dinky.
Nice to meet you, Grandpa Dinky. I'm Sheena.
Nice to meet you, Sheena.
And, I'm Abigail.
Oh, nice to meet you, Abigail. Abigail's human, right?
Yeah.
Never certain with the picture. I can't see the ears.
She is human.
Yep. Nice to meet you. I take it you're also here for the library?
Yeah, well, I'm here for the cathedral, but she was interested in the library, so I thought might as well.
Ah, well, that sounds good.
Yeah, she was been very eager since, well, I've known her, so thought I'd bring her to one of the, most prestigious libraries in the area. Well, not library, I suppose. It's an archive. They don't really lend them out.
Yeah, true enough, true enough. Well, in any case, this old man's gotta get to bed, and I think someone's looking for a 5-minute break soon, so we should probably...
Sure. Well, we can take a 5-minute break.
I mean, I'm an old man, and my bladder's gotta go!
Yeah, you go take your 5-minute break, and
Yeah.
we'll come back. When you come back, we can
Sounds good, sorry, this old man!
go have your 5-minute break.
Thanks. They're back.
If we do just want to skip forward, I can just like message you what I plan on doing out.
I don't mind.
I mean, if it's you alone, we can do it during the break if you're not taking a break and Storm's not taking a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you planning on doing?
Basically, he's going to go out and try to look for any of the metals described in the book so far.
In the
that he's
book?
read. Yeah.
You will not find anything.
Like, even if it's, like, been made into jewelry, he will buy the jewelry.
Roll me a
Investigation?
investigation at disadvantage.
You know, you're like with the world's smartest party and you go by yourself.
Look, man. What if it was perception, you know?
I mean, it's their own
roll it
thing.
at disadvantage.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
you're
offered
not
to go
gonna find
along.
it. It's
Oh, I understand. I want to
It's-
be left alone with her.
looking for the materials and kind of stuff that has been kind of talked about in the books. You don't particularly find anything of just within the general area. Realistically, it's basically like the inn here and like a few buildings, and that's it for like the outskirts.
Ah.
It's because otherwise it's just the cathedral and the archives. There's not a lot of stuff going on here.
Got it. So it's not like a bustling town here.
No.
What buildings are here? Out of interest.
It's a lot of it's just like, well, what there is of what little there is. A few residential buildings, the inn/tavern, and an apothecary.
I love
That's
selling
about it.
drugs. I love buying drugs, actually.
We love drugs.
Hell yeah.
Gotta get that all-natural diesel.
Chugging straight oil.
It's the pure stuff. Uncut.
I mean, I just have that, secondhand smoke, secondhand alcohol vapors when he's sitting next to me.
You have a secondary effect of making every enemy drunk when they hit you.
Now that's a drunken fist. I love it.
Actually, that'd be a great idea for a Drunken Fist Metal Forge.
Right.
I release gas. Just have, like a fucking dragon, have just a store of stuff that can combust.
I'm back.
Everyone good?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'll be right back.
He
Oh.
comes back like an hour later. I guess not looking like much because his face doesn't emote very much, but you know. Sad. Disappointed.
Sad robot face.
Oh no.
It's his normal resting
Why is he
face.
sad?
Find the things he wanted.
Oh man.
To be fair, none of us are probably down there when that happens.
Yeah.
Poor Mr. Roboto.
Is it time to honk Shua sleep on that thing?
Not
I'm
you.
gonna kill
Shut the fuck up, Cal. What is wrong with you? You absolute fucking freak of nature.
You don't like honk Shua?
Don't.
Just because of that, I'm making it that your character is the one next to Shuther's room, and you do get woken up by the sound of him. Like it sounds like the sound of a hammer on metal.
What the
at
fuck?
least for at least 2 hours of the night.
Funniest
No,
person
that-
you've ever met saying that shit, by the way.
I said she was funny. I didn't say she had more than 2 brain cells.
No one appreciates real comedy.
Okay, let's watch all of Taktua right now.
Oh, please.
Any case,
Okay,
moving
well.
on.
What are Thea? What's Thea doing?
I don't know what we're doing. I was pissing.
We're,
I
we're
guess
wrapping
Thea's
up the end of the
also
night,
pissing.
so are you just going to bed? Are you having any nighttime shenanigans?
Are you talking to anyone else?
I mean, she might read before bed, but
Okay.
probably about as much as she'd do.
And then I'll wait for Judah to get back, and then... Unless you want to just do his, Binky's conversation with a gentleman.
The
But-
gentleman. I could wait till
Gentleman.
he's back.
Wait till... We'll wait till he comes back.
I
was a-
love guard number 2. I hope he's a reoccurring character.
Good. I like
The
guard
one who
number
talks
one.
about the piss?
Yeah.
Or the one who
Yeah.
got slapped?
I was about to say, I like guard number 1. He's a sucker,
I
and I
like-
could probably get a lot
yeah.
more gold out of him.
I also like guard number 1. Took that slap to the face like a champ.
Already, Grandpa Dinky has been helping Binky survive and win all day. Binky was about to get fucking knocked off that table.
Yeah, she was.
Out the same window that Alyssa climbed in.
Pointer, yeah.
Oh my god.
Team Rocket's right off again.
Wherever she lands, something explodes.
You know what?
Drop all my grenades.
Binky would just go, you know what? It's normally the explosions that happen first before I take off. Right there.
To diner again.
How long is everyone willing?
I'm good for a while still.
Yeah, we can wait.
I'm good.
More like, not waiting. More so.
Like, how
For
long for the
the
game
game.
is what I figured. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't slept yet.
good. We'll find out when we hear snoring. We should end the game.
I don't snore, but I'm awake. I'm like 6 shots in. So we're
Ah,
good to go
so
for
we're
I've
bed.
good.
heard you snore.
No, you haven't.
Jesus
You lied.
Christ.
Call down.
I have.
Nope.
I have, and and there was someone else who witnessed it. I think it was either Josh or Zach.
I don't think so.
Damn.
I'm starting to doze, so I probably won't be able to go much longer.
That's fair.
That's fair. I hope we can at least get out of the city first. At least get on the
Is
wagon.
Juju back?
We up so fucking long. Good for
Oh.
us.
I mean, Nikki just wants you to listen in, Judah. You don't have to talk.
I'm not sure he's here.
I mean, he
He's
replied,
typing.
so I'm assuming he's here.
I don't think
Maybe
he
he's just
replied.
informing us from his
No,
phone.
I
He's
think
just
he's
helping us.
informing.
I mean, Nikki, you might want to just continue with your scene just so we get out of the way then.
Yeah, I can't stay awake much longer, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
And when it's, do you try to get him, like by himself or?
she'll like tap his armor, be like,
Oh, before you disappear off with your buddies, can I have a little chat?
Mm. Sure. Privately?
Yeah.
Noom. She could sit on the other end, but she's not going to.
I didn't think you'd sit next to me, but I. Go.
I feel like I'm pretty easy to predict at this point. But anyway, look, I know that you didn't want to talk about what was going on, so I'm not gonna pry anymore. But I did at least want to say, did you enjoy yourself with the games and such?
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Insight check.
Roll it. He seems to be telling the truth.
She kind of grins at that.
Good. And I know it might not mean much coming from a practical stranger. We know each other's names, so I think we're like acquaintances bordering on best friends. But
There's a few steps you missed there, but
I just wanted to say, I hope that with whatever is going on, just this short little moment of fun helps ease your worries just a little bit.
roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
Oh.
Nikki's been trying to fish for that advantage all night. Hey!
Yippee!
You needed it.
He sighs for a moment. Hi. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Where are you from?
I'm from Fortitude.
He raises his eyebrow. Interesting. And your companions, are they fine with that?
I never thought to ask.
I take it you're not military affiliated.
Oh, gosh, no.
I'm ex-Chimeran military.
What do I know about that?
You know that the Chimerans are basically magic Nazis. Well, anti-magic Nazis. They, in a sense of like, they want to control magic because In the past, they've been blown up by mages. Unregulated magic are just like, yeah, we're just gonna firebomb your cities. We're gonna
Raise an army of the
fuck up-
dead.
raise an army of do all these bunch of things with unregulated magic. So, this is like ages' first cataclysm, and basically they got fed up, built a nation of trying to regulate that magic, and kind of started taking things overboard. And now both sides are locked into a war that hasn't ended for about almost 3,000 years.
Okay, and he's saying he's ex-military?
He is ex-military.
Okay, good. Sorry, continue.
On the Chimeran side. You know that not all of the, like, there are good eggs, like, who are trying to not be as ruthless as the way they go about things, and it's more just still regulation and things that they're more focused on, and I guess imprisoning people rather than killing mages that are doing these sorts of things, or what, so on and so forth, but they're few and far between.
Okay.
So basically, I have seen way too much from both sides. I saw some of my men wiped out after a battle, just whether it was from some of the things that we did on our own side with some of the machines that we've created, and just got swept under the breaking tide of war. It was just, I guess, surge of magic upon surge of magic. It's become a lot to bear. See people that you've kind of taught and raised, I suppose, in a manner of speaking. I've fought with these men. I've taught them things that I knew. And, you know, hear them cry out for their mothers, their loved ones, on their dying breaths as you hold them in your arms. It's not something you can easily forget. So I tried taking towards the cathedral, my home. More Chimeran focused, so I didn't feel right. Anything that felt like I was praying towards some sort of... It felt like I was going against when I was making prayers, so
You keep cutting out.
it felt like I was going against, praying against my nation's interest when I was praying there, so I decided to come to the Grand Cathedral of Chats to see if it'd be more accepting. Give myself a direction to go to.
So you find yourself lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
She nods her head.
And is a lot of the difficulty coming from the fact that what seems to be for the betterment of your nation doesn't really agree with your own morals of what's truly best?
Basically.
Well, hiding the fact that you're unsure about it means that your heart actually does know the right answer. If what you're working for doesn't align with what you truly believe in, I think it is best that you're taking a step back.
I just think it's quite difficult when it's all I've known, you know? Grew up in a military family, was raised that way, and stepping away means stepping away from everything. Come to know, so... But... I don't know.
It's scary to step away from what you're used to. I mean,
She kind of looks around, even though she knows they're alone right now.
this is actually my first time traveling outside of Fortitude myself. I'm used to being around inventors and inventions and studying and researching and all that sort of stuff. Never really went out into the world and experienced life, you know? And sure, it's scary, stepping into the unknown, but it can be a little exciting too, if you twist your mindset on it. Think less about all the bad things that could happen and think more about what the future could bring. What exciting new experiences could come by. And maybe you'd even find a path that your heart isn't torn about.
Roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
That's good. It's pretty good.
I guess you're right. Thank you. I appreciate the sentiments. Just feels like I've been lost for a while, and I think what you've said has opened my eyes a little to perhaps what I really want.
Good. Life should be about chasing the things that make you smile.
Yeah.
And just think now that you're out in the world, you can discover what you do truly love.
I think that would be pretty good. I think gives me a lot to think about when I head into the cathedral tomorrow.
Good. And even if more difficulties do come, at the very least, I'm glad you had a good time tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Happy to help.
She'll hop on down from her seat, give a little wave.
Well, I'm gonna go head to bed before my grandfather gets too worried about me being gone for this long.
Alright, well I hope the lot of you sleep well.
You too. Good night.
Good night.
Runs on off.
Bum, bum, bum.
Alright, unless anyone else had anything to do for the rest of the night, I will fast forward to the morning. You guys don't return to Cathedral, right? You're waiting
No,
at
we're just...
the...
Yeah, we were gonna just gather the card and everything and wait, right, guys?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything we need at the cathedral.
Well, if Alyssa doesn't show up, we might go look for her. Maybe. She was
I'm
supposed to
assuming
come,
she was
right?
gonna meet us at the gates.
Oh yeah, that is if
Yeah.
she comes.
You wait by the gates. You see, walking down the bridge, Alyssa and Solneo.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
She's got stuff with her, as if she's going to, like, adventure. So she has a backpack on, the kind of roll of a tent on top of the backpack, and all that sort of stuff. As the both of them walk up towards the lot of you, she looks kind of embarrassed, kind of side eyes, looks away from the party, as Salnea kind of addresses you all. Good morning, everyone. Ready
Morning.
to head off?
Yep.
Indeed.
Are you coming with us?
No, I am not coming with you. I caught this one packing. I figured that she wasn't going to say anything to me before she left. Alyssa kind of turns away from her. Thalea sighs. But the lot of you, I want you to take good care of her. Don't let her run into any danger and get ahead of herself.
I promise you I'll look after her like one of my own grandchildren.
She just stares at you, Dinky.
We'll take
Right,
care
your
of her.
grandchildren.
She'll be fine. Not the lot of us with her.
Good. I suppose with the lot of you that she'll be in good safe hands. And it'll be her first kind of, I suppose, adventure. Her first idea of what a pilgrimage might look like.
Well,
She'll
that's
turn towards she'll turn towards Alyssa. Well, I don't need to reiterate what I told you at the cathedral. Listen to what they tell you, and be good. I'll try. Thank you. Salnea nods. What were you gonna say, Heath?
just one thing. I was going to describe one thing. I was going to do is describe the cart because it's a little different, as you know.
Sure.
So one thing you guys would see when Binky and Dinky are riding out on their cart with the donkey. That cart, like, it's a pretty big cart, but on the back of the cart looks to be like this 4-foot tall structure that's covered by a blanket. And you don't see Reggie on Dinky's shoulder when he's driving up on the cart.
What's on the cart?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Look, you'll find it's
Does it take up the entire cart?
just the back half.
Wait, sorry, what's sticking at the back half?
It's a 4-foot tall structure of some sort that fills up the back half of the cart and is covered with a blanket.
I see.
In any case,
Interesting.
everybody ready to go.
Any case, how tall is Dinky? Just curious.
Dinky? It's a little hard to tell because he's stooped over.
So what you're saying is that he's not the exact same height as that statue.
It's hard to tell.
Understood.
Because again, like he walks with a cane, so he's a little stooped, right? So you don't know how tall he would be. It's hard to judge how tall he would be if he stood up completely straight.
Okay, I just think it'd be really funny if he was carrying around a lifelike statue of himself.
If only. But yeah. any case, but you go. Anyways, let's get going. Yeah.
And
Everyone
the
else
party,
walking.
I assume, departs and leaves for the main road, away from the Grand Cathedral. And
There's one thing I'd like to do just before we close those storms, since it sounds like you're about to close off.
yeah, I figured since.
Once we're out of sight of the city, completely out of sight, Dinky will just kind of stop and he will stretch open and sit up and just crack his neck and look over at Binky and go, boy, I have to say, walking with that stoop does get to you after a while, doesn't it?
I was wondering how you're managing for so long.
I know, it's the commitment does get to you after a while. And all of a sudden you just see him remove a bald cap from his head. And, like, remove a beard. And he goes, sorry. I figured since we're going to be together, it'd be a little hard to keep up the act for so long. Sorry, my name isn't Dinky. It's a bit of a facade. I tend not to like to share myself with real people, but since we're out and about and it's going to be kind of hard to keep it up, perhaps I should introduce myself. I'm Timberton, or Tim for short.
Do you have the picture?
I do.
What the fuck?
You would see this fellow riding on the cart. And you would also hear a zipping sound as walking out of that little blanket, you see a rat carrying what looks to be a bird suit.
Wait a second! I just remembered who this is! Oh my god, so it's 12:30. I live in apartments.
And you would see that Reggie has a little bird suit, like a little furry bird suit in himself, and you find out that Reggie has been a rat the whole time in a costume.
Okay.
So, just to sort of put it all out there, he's not my grandpa.
Yes, indeed. Though I am 140, so I wasn't lying about that.
Still very young.
Indeed. I'm practically a teenager. Oh, and I suppose just for the sake that you should know, he will remove the blanket, and behind you he sees what looks to be this giant size, for the sake of modern day description, it seems to be a giant size apartment building. And if you with little windows, and if you look inside the little windows, you would see about dozens upon dozens of rats scurrying in it.
Oh my god.
And at the base of it, you'd also see what looks to be like what seems to be a shrine. And on the shrine, you see what looks to be just like this little statue of a giant rat.
Literally, I now know what happened to the rat pipes.
Also, you look over at Reggie, and Reggie, after putting down the little bird suit, he picks up like a little Pope hat and puts it on his head.
God. What did you say your name was again?
Tim.
Tim?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll put it in the name description.
The full name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Battle Rock truly never dies. Yeah, Lion. The campaign that you already know about, since I told you since I ever got in because of how excited I was. I already mentioned Binky being an NPC from that. Tim is also an NPC from that.
Played by
I've not
me.
interacted with either of these characters for years. And I was like, Tim, that's a name. And then I saw the art, and it was like neuron activation. And that's why I yelled.
Do I dare ask what Tim was like, or should that be left?
There was this one character named Varric who had like this basically one-sided beef. Well, okay, it was a bit two-sided because Tim was he's
two-sided.
very normal and platonic. He had very normal platonic feelings for Binky.
Totally.
That he was more or less in the long haul for, because Binky unfortunately wouldn't know clouds above her head if somebody pointed them out.
So yeah. Oh, and Biggie was like, or not Biggie. Tim was also what? He was like a not
He's a
black
forest
market, but he
gnome.
was definitely. Well, yeah, that. But no, he was. What do you call it? Not a smuggler, not black market necessarily. Oh,
He's
he was
a
a
con
thief.
man.
He was a thief.
Yeah, well, he's a con man.
Oh yeah, but
He
like,
sold you guys a fake health potion.
I don't
didn't he
know.
steal my shoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stole your shoes. Yeah, that's it. Oh, no, I made you think a vampire bit you.
Oh yeah.
Klaus does not like this man.
He did save Zaku's character's life though when that demon attacked.
Only because Binky likes him.
True.
Yeah, so this is just a blast to the past for little old me. I feel like when Marvel, like a Marvel movie drops an obscure reference, and it's like the one guy who gets it screams in the theater. That's what I feel like.
That's what me and Heath were looking forward to the most.
I feel so fucking tinfoil hat coated right now. This is crazy.
I like how it was just done for Judah because no one else knows.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's all it was done for. I mean, the reveal's fun regardless, but the Judah, I just wanted to end it with actual Judah.
Yeah, plus it seemed like a whole fun thing too, because Tim's whole unrequited love and just Binky like la 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 la.
Not gonna lie though, for the quick moment where she slipped up and said D, I was like, oh, not her grandfather, but her dad? Interesting thing there. You know, saving that for future reference, and then this happened. And I would say Angel looks downright amused. Oh my god.
I hope you all enjoyed session.
Well,
Was fun.
Thanks for the session, Storm.
It's over.
very good.
Yippee!
If I was
I-
playing, if I was playing a more flirtatious character, I would have tried to bone the armor guy. Just letting you know.
Oh my god.
That is not
Boning the
surprising in
armor,
the
don't worry.
slightest. Oh,
Oh,
by the way,
but-
Nikki, I suppose the last thing, I guess since we didn't have, because we didn't get the moment, but the one thing Tim would have said to Binky when they went to the room is like, see, I told you were brilliant at helping people.
Oh yeah, because he heard everything.
Yeah, because he had Reggie on your shoulder.
Just grins.
I like how that clued in for Nick. Like, he was watching you to make sure he didn't get in any trouble.
There's gonna be so many art you want to bone and you can't bone them because you're playing Binky.
I
Okay,
hate it.
so now when's the part 2 sessions from now when all of a sudden Binky just frowns, puts her hands behind her back and unzips and a red tiefling crawls out? Like at this point, I can't. I have trust issues, bro.
I mean, to be fair, this is how I introduced Tim in Nikki's game too. He wasn't looking
but
like
I
that.
wasn't-
I know.
I wasn't there.
I know.
I mean, Binky
mean,
has already stolen something, so you know.
Teehee.
What'd
Oh,
you
just so you
steal?
know, Storm, even though I can't intentionally seduce the NPCs, I can still try to unintentionally.
Good luck with your charisma.
I 100% plan on seducing NPCs. I just have not received the reason to do so. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, do I need to get a tent?" It was like, "Okay, absolutely." And then you said it's like, "Oh, he actually doesn't have his equipment on him." He's like, "Never mind, I don't care."
Do it for the bit.
Oh, I guess I should get a Reggie sheet for my familiar at some point as well.
Yeah, I will do that.
As well as special Reggie sheet, I guess.
Also, I probably already said this and I immediately forgot, but I hope my reaction did not disappoint.
No, we like that.
Is Reggie what animal?
He's a rat.
So is Cat. So
There we go.
The
Yeah.
funniest
Excuse me?
looking thing too is that a couple different times I was thinking about having Angel greet greet Reggie. And it would be really funny if he expected bird noise and he immediately immediately clocks it for a rat, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, well, it's like if I would look too closely, you would have noticed that he squeaked and never ever tweeted. Right, and that's what the thumbs up was. He just gave a thumbs up in the costume. Right. Also, when he was flying around in the opening, that was just me using Mage Hand to make him look like he was flying.
Wait, I'm gonna shit myself. That's so funny. So you just have this rat flailing his little rat whip.
Yeah, that's what was happening. Well, okay, so this isn't a spoiler, this is just what's doing. I got permission from Storm is if I want to change Reggie into a different familiar, but I always want Reggie to be a rat, so we agreed upon that Binky and Tim worked on costumes for him that I can use the spell to transform him into the creature, but it's just a fursuit.
Let's go.
So there's an actual octopus fursuit too, so we could have two octopi out there with Reggie in just an octopus suit.
And Mini Fox.
And just mysteriously, only 2 tentacles or 4, I guess, can move at a time.
Yeah, 5. He's got a tail.
Oh, true.
there's Reggie in your folder.
Oh, thank you.
Darn.
Also,
I clicked.
but I will have artwork from Zaku for Tim in the near future, hopefully.
Please.
Nice.
He's working on it right now, so.
I need to see what the boy looks like in his OG. You know what? I need him specifically to Mog Varric. I need him to be hotter than he was.
I mean, he is conventionally attractive, so.
Yeah, I got an 18 charisma, man.
This is true.
Oh, and by the way, now that you've seen it, now Judah, he's exactly 4 feet tall. He's a dashing 4 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for your reference.
He looks so puntable.
Rats.
I hate
So
him.
puntable.
It's the stupid big ass boots.
He's actually begging to get swirlies.
Well, don't worry, I got like 50 different tokens for him, so it'll be great.
Hold on. This is evoked a necessity for me to fling myself through the Valorok art channel just to see. I know I don't think he was ever drawn, but I want to see if there was any associated moments.
There was Zaku did do a couple sketches of him at some point, I'm sure.
I think.
There's a few with him in there. I'm almost positive he showed up once or twice.
Here. I'm scrolling at light speed right now.
If there's nothing else, am I good to head off?